Hey kids, it's me, Johnny Fox,
It's it, me, Ian Parker, the Hound.
and Merry Schwarzmass to one
Merry
and all.
Schwarzmass. It's
Yes,
here. It's finally here again.
it's finally here. To clarify for anyone incredibly confused right now, at time of filming, July the 30th, 2025, it's only Arnold Schwarzenegger's 78th birthday.
78.
And
Wow.
what else could we do but
Well,
devote
you've got to have another Schwarzmass, haven't you? That's how you
a
do it.
whole episode to the man, the myth, the legend that is Big Arn? A feat so huge we couldn't possibly do it by ourselves. So we needed a guest, who is in fact our host. But we're not going to go on
Oh,
about that because
wherever
it's
we'll
all very
be.
political and
Yeah.
annoying. So if you'd just like to take a moment and tell the kids at home who you are and what you do.
Well, my name's Jackie. Most people know me as Jello Art. And big surprise, I'm an artist. I draw, obviously, portraits using chalk and charcoal.
And they're very, very good kids.
They are
thanks.
superb.
They're very good. And
Superb.
now, have you had
Well,
any formal training to get to that point, or are you just naturally talented?
um, as far as using charcoal goes, I had one lesson once at college, and that was that. Um,
Wow.
yeah, didn't get taught a lot. Portraits, I've always drawn faces. Really, I don't know why. Excuse me. It's a kind of an odd one because some people tend to look at me a bit confused and like, oh, it was like landscapes are like so much easier and things. Like, well, not for me. Different people have different abilities,
Yeah.
I think. So it's like not everybody can paint, even though you're an artist. Not everybody is good with pencils, even though you're an artist. Like
No,
everyone has their own medium and things, you know, and
yeah.
everyone has their own abilities to channel like angles and perspectives and things. And for me, it's faces. So
No, that's quite interesting actually, because I'm by no means an artist to sort of your level, but as someone that does dabble in art, I struggle with portraits. That's the bit that I stay clear of because it just I can't do them how I want them to be. They never come out how I want, and I think it's always just been one of those things where it's just I can't draw that. I can draw things from my imagination. Just
right,
I can scribble random things down very easily, but to draw somebody, it's one of those where I've always found like one slight mistake and it doesn't look like that person anymore.
yeah,
And to have
yeah,
that attention to detail that you've got to be able to instantly look at a drawing that's charcoal, like I say, on paper, and you instantly recognise who it is. Like the Robin Williams one that you've done is out of this world. It really is. So hats off to you for being a portrait artist. It's incredibly impressive from my perspective. Being able to do something like that, it's an amazing feat.
yeah. I gotta say, as far as the detail goes, I say because like literally, I said any little thing out and it's just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, it still happens to me. Difference is now, because I've also done it so many times and everything, though, I can usually tell what it is that is off. And it's why the reason I like drawing big, because I think people don't realise, like face is like it's A2 size. It's a big drawing.
Yeah.
And one reason for that is other than the fact that I like drawing. One reason I like drawing is because I smudge it. So obviously you can't smudging small doesn't really work.
Yeah. You need that space to do the gradient, don't you? So,
But it's literally like just a pencil's width out, and it's wrong. And it's literally knowing just how much. Like it tends to be the angles of the eyes here,
yeah,
which tends to get me. Like something's just not quite wrong. And what it is, because obviously you've got the eyelashes which come down, which obviously then change the shape of the eye slightly if you're not super careful. So it's just getting like the right amount, even just shadow, as opposed to the shape. Sometimes it's just literally. Oh, it's pedantic.
Yes, they really are impressive. And if you're seeing this, then you probably already are all over the socials. But if you're not, that's Jello, Jelowe art. Get on those socials, find the online shop, order yourself some prints. Perfect for your geek lodge, your man cave, your whatever you want to call it. Um, absolutely fantastic stuff. You've got to be pretty good to get Michael Rosenbaum approved, which I would be slapping on everything now from this point on, if I was you. That's fantastic.
Well, it helps that he's a really nice guy. So
We are here for one real main reason, and that is Schwarzmass, Arnold Schwarzenegger's 78th birthday. I've been trying to work on that accent all month as we've been building up to this, because in my native Yorkshire tongue of Schwarzmass, more people might understand it, but it also sounds like we could be doing a special for Mel Brooks, who's a legend in his own right. A legend in his own way, but a very different way to the one we're cheering on and celebrating tonight. Yeah. So let's start with the obvious ones, and let's jump straight into your favourite Schwarzenegger movie, which might not be his best, but your favourite. We'll start with you, Jackie, if you want to go.
Terminator 2. Always. For so many reasons, but it really is. It's my go-to film anyway, just like in life. You know, if you're looking for your meaning in life and the thing, it's like this film. I love it. I do love it.
Yeah. Excellent choice. Yeah.
Really I'm sure many people out there nodding and agreeing.
Yeah, I can't picture anyone else playing the Terminator. That's the thing. You really can't. I know people like sometimes play, well, he can't really act, whatever. But then I think, well, actually, Arnie said he didn't want to become a really great actor. He wanted to be a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't care about the skill of acting exactly. Yeah. You know, it was enough to pull off the role. He wanted to be him, and look how awesome I am. You know, like come on, you know.
That's the thing, isn't it? With Arnold, with his entire career, he's set himself a goal and he's done it every single time. And like you say, he set himself that goal to say, right, I'm going to go to America and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to be a movie star. And at one point, he was it, wasn't he? He was the man. And yeah, so Terminator 2 was a
movie star.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't picture anyone else really doing it anywhere near as well as he did. But you know what? It's because they're acting. And that sounds kind of weird, but his woodenness is what makes it work. Is what makes him so not human. Whereas everybody else, you put too much life into it. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You need that inhuman element, don't you? Sort of that something's not quite right about him. And yeah, Arnold does that because it's obviously limited dialogue, very robotic movements and things like that. But yeah, but when it comes to it, it can be quite funny. It can be quite serious at the same time when it has to be. And I think T2's again, it's a very good example. He does have a little. I'm not saying he's got a great range in that film, but he does have some range in it. Do you know what I mean? It cracks some smiles, makes you laugh at some points. It's a great film. Yeah.
Yeah, Do you know what, actually I think, sorry, it's a good comparison about this. Is it Neo in The Matrix? Will Smith turned it down because he said he'd put too much into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Keanu was more held back in the role.
Yeah,
is that the comparison, you know? What makes it work is actually holding back and not giving too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Will Smith would have shattered the shit out of it, to be fair.
If there's a plus side to the alternate universe where Will Smith's in The Matrix, we probably wouldn't have got so many shitty sequels.
That's very true.
Because I'm thinking the original doesn't do as well in the first place.
Yeah.
So, favourite Arnie film, Hound?
Oh, it's always I'm going to have to go today, because it could change dependently. I'm going to have to go with Conan the Barbarian. Just pure epic fantasy. Well, it's potentially the greatest fantasy film, in my opinion. Of its era kind of thing. I mean, you can't compare it to like modern Lord of the Rings or anything like that, but of its time, best sword and sorcery, 80s movie. Conan the Barbarian, absolutely.
Yeah, another popular choice, no doubt, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's probably 50-50, I imagine, between the two that you've chosen. For most people out there, it's probably either one of those two, which means I have to pick something else. Yeah, to be honest, it's not as easy a choice as I thought it would be. It's not something I've really thought about because he did have that peak era, that kind of like early 80s to early 90s, like decade, just over a decade, with just hit after hit after hit after hit. Well, I mean, if you're into that. That actually sitting and thinking, oh, so what is my favourite? I've never really thought about it. Oh, shit. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, what about that one? Oh, what about...
The thing about those kind of
one?
questions, though, it's you've always got to remember like what you're really gauging it on. What's the criteria on for you?
Yeah.
Like someone can say, like, what's better between this and this? It's like, well, why? What we're gauging on? Do you know what I mean? It's
the sort of for the go-to rainy day bored. If there's nothing else to do, that's the one. I just the easy watch over and over and over again, as I have done, and never seems to get boring. Though I know it word for word would be The Running Man.
good choice.
Yeah.
Predator's probably like a real close second. And throw those two on at the drop of a hat.
There's so many though, isn't there? It's so hard to pick one.
Window and they were on. I would stop in the rain and watch it till the end. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Just something like that.
Do you know what? A flip side of that, actually, I don't like trailers because I feel like they just tell you everything. Because they've gotten worse for that, I find, with more recent years.
Yeah, definitely.
But one thing I really loved when the It films were coming out, I purposely did not want to watch trailers, but I loved the teasers.
Yes.
It was like 5-8 second long teasers. I thought, that's what you need. Something that just tells you the atmosphere of like the entire film and sort of subject matter. You know, thinking, is this going to interest me or is it not?
Yeah. But then that's a good trailer, isn't it? Because it leaves you with those questions.
Exactly.
Like,
You want to find out.
Yeah. And like you were saying,
I can watch the whole thing now.
Yeah.
To the Schwarzmass party.
Yeah.
We've done our favourites. Now I'd like you to shine a light for me on maybe a hidden gem. An Arnie film you feel is a bit underrated, not really talked about, not given enough love, but you like it. Here's your chance to tell the kids at home, you should be watching this one. T2, Conan, they're great, but...
I'm going to grab mine and show you.
Oh.
There's two for different reasons. One, Maggie.
Brilliant film.
Yes.
Maggie, highly under. I hardly saw anything in the lead up to this. I was like, it's an Arnie film, so I'm going to watch it. And I was just, surprised, shocked, moved. It's like, more people need to see this.
Yeah.
I don't know how people even know it is out there. I almost missed it. You know, it was not advertising or anything that I saw anyway. Put into it, and then it's him actually acting, which he's doing my acting now. That's actually quite hard hitting what actually happens in that film. But the other one, which I could watch and watch, Sabotage. Brilliant film.
That was my pick, right?
Yeah.
I'll jump in here. Sabotage was going to be my pick. My go-to for this question for like 20 years-ish has been The Sixth Day.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's up there. It's almost up there with Total Recall. It's classic Arnie sci-fi, the way Arnie does sci-fi. It is actually very clever, very smart, but it's also just dumb and Arnie punching people, so hey, that's all good. Until I watched Sabotage only last week, by way of sort of research for this, I was like, oh, hang on, I've not seen that one. I was just going through his filmography to do trivia and stuff like I've been posting. And it was like, wait a minute, that passed me by. Yeah. Found it, streamed it, stuck it on. Oh my God.
It's so good. It's so good. The plot in it is amazing as well.
I mean, I thought it said,
fantastic. And the action.
It was like, so I know it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then when it said, directed by David Ayers, so that's got my attention. And then it says, I was like, negatively received at the time for extreme violence. And I'm like, it's Arnie, it's David Ayers, it's extreme violence. Take my money now. And I was not disappointed. Terry Howard as well shows up in there. It's great. It really is hard, gritty. It's just fantastic. It really is pretty. I don't know if it's extreme violence, but it's violent. It's as violent as
It is. There is some nasty, like the fridge thing and
there
stuff.
is. Yeah.
I've got to say though, just looking at this again, because one of the reasons I also wanted to go see it was because Sam Worthington was on it. It's like,
oh god,
yes. And I can't say his last name, but Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello.
I can't say his last name.
Grayson.
It's like yes. They want to film together. Yes.
It's a great cast, great director. It's I mean, like, it's got a nice little twist.
And as
well, which very good. If you've not seen it, and I know a lot of people haven't, so please do. Just talk about it.
Get your popcorn, get your fizzy drink, and watch it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Right. Might be controversial, but I'm going to go with his performance as Mr. Freeze. I'm sorry, right? Everyone craps all over that film every single time you mention it, and with good reason. Don't get me wrong.
No, I haven't got good reason at all.
But if you look at it as an Arnold Schwarzenegger film, like forget about who's playing Batman, forget about who's playing anyone else. They're supporting actors in a Mr. Freeze film, and it's fantastic. Honestly, it's hammed up, but it's Batman, isn't it? It's cheesy, it's tacky, but it's a great film, and it's fun to watch. Just kind of
it's the only like live action big screen Batman film that's anything remotely like most of the comic books I've ever read. All that dark, gritty, where's the trigger? BS is like, it's great, it can be fine, it can make a good film. There's some of that. Some iterations of Batman, obviously, like Frank Miller and people we've done the Dark Batman, that has been a thing, true.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the last 60, 70 years worth of Batman comics have been a lot more like Batman and Robin as a movie. So for me, it's actually a pretty good comic book movie. And George Clooney wasn't that bad an idea if you remember that George Clooney's the guy from Dusk Till Dawn and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and
Dr. Green from
Ocean's 11. Like, he could be Batman. It's not that far out of his wheelhouse to be Bruce Wayne or Batman. Not really. But it wasn't that crazy a casting choice. Do we have a favourite Arnie quote? Either from a movie or maybe from his real life inspirational talks and things or whatever. But
I probably do have a favourite quote, and it's one of his rules for life, and it's you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. That is just a brilliant one that I just think, like, it's just something to keep in your back pocket kind of thing, and just think, right, well, no pun intended, talking about pockets, but just keep it with you kind of thing, and just think, yeah, if you want something, you're not going to get it with your hand in your pockets. You've got to reach for it, and you've got to do something about it. So, yeah, I like that quote, really. But movie-wise, I can't do it, but the flaming torch roar from Predator. That's the best Arnie line ever.
Very good.
They're my quotes.
Jackie?
For me, the real life one, because I have said it a lot to myself, is don't listen to the naysayers. For many reasons, for many, many years, that has gone through my head again and again and again, whether it's my own personal struggles or I'm getting stressed out with the drawing, or just in awe of him, to be honest. It's like you said, everything he's accomplished, and it is, don't listen to the naysayers. Because, all the things he's done, like from, when he was back in Austria and he said he cut off the bottom of his trousers so people would make fun of him because of his small calves. It's like, they're like, what are you doing? You're not going to do that. What do you do? Prove him wrong.
Yeah.
It's ingrained into his DNA, It's like, I'm determined, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to listen to you. And it's really good advice. Sometimes you should listen to other people and not be, living in your own little bubble. But if there's something you want to succeed at and develop at, and whatever it's personally or business or relationships or anything, it's don't listen to the naysayers. They're not you. You are you.
Two guys are like fairly inspirational and aspirational and going for success. And my favorite quote is, "Go ahead, won't show on this shirt."
Love it.
I never get a chance to use it in real life, though. It's a kind of a niche kind of window when you're going to get to do that. But
I do think a lot of us love him, though, because obviously we grew up watching him. And obviously he is such a unique player in the world. Like, apologies if I'm wrong here, but unless you're, like, to me, the only, like, muscular men I can really remember being on TV growing up was Arnie and what was the WWF, now WWE, for those who are too young.
Old enough to remember, yeah.
Sorry, my age. But, you know, like, those were the only times you saw these big muscular guys doing stuff on TV. And obviously I saw a lot of Arnie's stuff on TV because I was way too young. But it's just like, you kind of like just left in awe of this guy. It's like, who is this guy? He doesn't look like other people. He doesn't talk or sound like other people, you know? Because one of the things producers tried to change about him when he first started. And so he's captivating. He is captivating. And like you said, he's gone on, when I did film studies, actually, I forgot about this. I did my auteur theory on what makes an Arnie film an Arnie film.
Oh, okay. I did Sam Raimi for mine.
That's
really cool.
That's the first time, so I'm not very good at essay writing, but I straight off got an A. Because I knew his works, I knew everything that went into it, and I brought, like, you know, the climax of my essay to The Last Action Hero, because he's taking the mick out of himself as a movie star. Like, he can't even say his own name correctly in it, which I find hilarious every single time. But it's just, like you said, he's got a great sense of humor. Like, he moves with the times, he stays relevant. And I think he has affected so many people in so many ways, you know. And he is inspirational. And I think, love him or hate him, you can't deny that about him. That's the thing. And the only thing I do feel bad about, like I said, like, he's getting drowned out by his other programs, is the fact that obviously he is older, and we have a whole generation of people now who haven't necessarily grown up with his films, as his parents are into it. So they don't necessarily, you know...
They don't understand.
Available streaming sites and the like. They are now, of course, coming with, like, the toxic masculinity warning.
Like, when you said they're coming with, like, a toxic masculinity warning, it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, what's toxic about him?
Very masculine, yeah, but it's not toxic.
Yeah, no, apparently Dylan, you son of a bitch, apparently the handshake, the iconic handshake, is a real problem.
What?
I don't really know why you'd have to ask someone who actually thinks it's a problem, but apparently it is.
I do that to my male friends.
Yeah.
I'm saying, everybody does. Surely everybody does that. You always...
What?
What? I'm smoking tabs, me. I'm good. What flavour have you got?
Just cheese and onion. Cheese and onion, next favourite. I've got.
Are they purple? Purple cheese and onion.
Have you got anything? Like Dairy Dunkers, pink wafers, anything for, like, snack, half time? No?
No.
Oh, well, I feel bad.
Smokes and beers are good for me.
Well, we'll just carry on talking, but what if we put him in somebody else's film or franchise, either as a direct replacement for someone or just adding him into the mix somewhere? Like what if Arnie was in Dirty Dancing? Just to be ridiculous. Instead of Swayze.
Well, I was just thinking, what if he appeared in Wicked?
I've got a good idea.
If only because imagining them sat at the table and Schwarzenegger's there towering over it. Schwarzenegger going, "Nobody puts baby in the corner." You'd be like, "No, take her, it's fine." In fact, I've got two. Take the other daughter as well in case one breaks down. It's fine. Go. Here's me wallet.
That's funny.
Just for that moment, it'd be worth it almost, but not really. Any genuine ideas?
Okay, I've got one. Arnold Schwarzenegger was cast originally in this alternate universe, was the original casting for Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story.
All right.
So, yeah, so it was Tom Hanks and Arnold Schwarzenegger doing Woody and Buzz.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I would watch that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I can just see Buzz just having some accent of some sort because, I mean, he's a big, bulking, hulking guy anyway, isn't he? So in comparison to Tom Hanks, they'd almost kind of look like him, even if they kind of maybe changed the animation of his face so it looked more like it was an Arnold action figure kind of thing. You know what I mean? It'd have been brilliant. But other than that,
You said, because you said about making his face look like him, it reminded me of the Hulks. They make each Hulk look like the actor a little bit.
Yeah.
What's an Arnie Hulk?
Oh.
Like CGI Arnie Hulk, not painting him green like Lee Fridno.
Yeah.
A CGI one. That would be weird. I could think of a really bad one, but not a good one.
We like bad ones. Give us a bad one.
He'd be absolutely the worst casting for Captain America. With the accent and everything. It's like,
So, if you do get to meet the great man and you can ask him one question, what would it be?
Can you sign my portrait? I don't know if you noticed this one.
$50.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You got a question for the big man here?
Might be a bit of a cop-out sort of answer, but I'd probably ask him, have you got any regrets? Do you know what I mean? Because is there anything that he wanted to do that he didn't do? Is probably a better question. Because like we said before, he's always achieved all the goals that he's set out for. He wants to be a champion bodybuilder, boom, best in the world. Wants to be a movie star, best in the world. Wants to be a politician, boom. And I always said about when he was a politician, like hardly heard anything about him. And that to me said, well, you're doing a good job because there's nothing to talk about. You're just cracking on doing your work. So, yeah, I'd ask him, is there anything that you wanted to achieve that you didn't manage or that kind of thing? That any regrets in that regard?
Yeah. I guess I'd have to ask him, can I throw up on you? Just to see if he can give me the line back. That's my favourite line. We'll have seen this, right? Because he's going to get hashtagged and everything in it. And let's be honest, we love him, but he probably is the kind of guy who Googles himself. At least
We've all Googled ourselves at some point.
Certainly on your birthday. I think you're entitled to Google yourself on your birthday. Maybe even twice. You know, it's your birthday.
Is it really?
Art, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
GELOWE Art. Get on those socials, get to that shop, get yourself some prints you know you want to. Don't get to the chopper, get to the Etsy store. Is it Etsy store?
Get to the chopper.
Wherever it is.
I do have Etsy, but it's a bit limited. I always tell people, if something you want, just DM me. Until next time, keep it foxy.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, kids. Bye for now.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.